Hell yeah.
Thank you for having me. Glad
Yeah.
to be here.
Dude, I didn't know what to expect because I don't have, I don't see anything on your Instagram that's like, I'm like, I don't really know who I'm talking with today. So,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I should have given you my personal account. My bad.
oh no, it's cool,
I'll
dude.
give
It's
it to you
cool.
afterwards.
No, I like the surprise. It's fun.
Cool.
Hell yeah. So we finally got to meet up.
Yeah, I
Bro,
know. It's been a
fucking
while.
Hawaii.
Yeah, right? That's what everybody says when they find out I'm from here.
Hmm. And
But
you're like,
fun to,
yeah. You're like,
yeah,
yeah, fucking Hawaii, okay?
yeah, fun to visit, not to live, in my opinion. But
Right.
come to Airsoft if you visit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. I've never been. I've never been to Hawaii.
Well,
So,
you'll have to change that.
I know, right? You know what's weird? I didn't even know Alphonse was in Ohio or in Hawaii.
Yeah, I brought him out here for it.
No.
Yeah, I hit him up on Instagram, and well, I knew he went to University of Hawaii, so I kind of figured he'd want to come out here, and I just hit him on Instagram and said, "Hey, if you want to come out, I'm going to be putting on a 24-hour event. Would love to have you out." And we just kind of worked out a deal that worked out for the both of us, and here he is.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of that, you guys had a pretty big event recently, right?
Yes. March on Mario Pool. It was our first ever MilSim event for MilSim Hawaii, and also just Hawaii in general. The airsoft in Hawaii is lacking a little bit, in my opinion, but we're here to change that around.
So give a like introduce yourself, give a background on how you got into airsoft, and then how did you start this movement for MilSim Hawaii with the MilSim stuff over there?
Sure. Well, ever since I was a little kid, I always ran around in camouflage and some sort of toy gun, Nerf gun, whatever I could get my hands on.
How dare you?
Yeah, right. And then maybe when I turned 6 or 7, my parents finally got me a little Springer from Walmart or Sports Authority,
Yeah.
wherever, and that was kind of like the start of my airsoft with my brother, just in our backyard playing with Springers, and it just grew into this, getting an AEG, and my first ever AEG was a KWA M4, and I still have it, it still works.
Holy shit.
It's like 10 years old or something like that, and I just had to get the wires redone because the what is that called, the plastic tubing around it actually corroded,
Oh,
and that's the
the
only issues
insulation.
I've
Yeah.
ever had. Yep, only
No
issues I've ever
shit.
had. Yeah, so super good gun. And then I just after that I kind of took a break from airsoft for a little bit just because of high school and all that, the usual excuses, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I went to California.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, so I graduated. I went to California for work. I became an
Gotcha.
electrician, and they flew me out. So that kind of really opened my eyes. I bought a
Ah.
airsoft gun with my tax return, actually,
What part of
and
Cali did you go to?
all parts. They just moved me around. So,
Okay. Okay.
um, but the first field I ever played at was Game Pod while I was out there, and that really got me back into airsoft.
Yeah.
And then I met a bunch of guys in SoCal, and I do an Australian impression now, and that just opened up my eyes to the whole MilSim West, and
Australian
uh,
impression.
yes, yeah,
What do
I'm
you
a
mean?
little. Uh, so if you know what an impression is, usually people in America like to do like Ranger Battalion or Green Beret. You look like an actual Ranger or Green Beret guy or SEAL,
Oh,
but
gotcha. Okay.
my group does Aussie Special Forces, Second Commando, or Caesar. You can
Oh,
choose, but
okay.
I do a Australian Second Commando impression.
Why Australian? Where'd that come from? Just picked it.
Um, well, I first saw it in California from my friend William Shiflett. Uh, he was wearing AMCU, and I was like, "Holy crap! I've never seen that camouflage before." Because Hawaii, there's not really much variety. It's just
Hmm.
multicam, and then like M81 stuff like that, like
Yeah.
surplus kind of.
Right.
So there
The
wasn't
shit
much
I wore back in
variety.
the or 80s and 90s. Okay.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, there's not much variety out here. So
Yeah.
in California, yeah, I saw my friend there wearing it, and that really just got me into AMCU and the whole Australian impression.
Yeah.
It's a really, really bad rabbit hole if you get into it.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little expensive, but if you do it, it's pretty rewarding.
Is it
It's a cool.
so it looks cool. It's a little rare, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's very rare.
So it's more expensive, right? We went to me and my son went to MilSim here in South Carolina back in October, put on by Third Coast Airsoft. It was Iron Dagger 2. We went there and they have a trailer set up, like they always do, with supplies and camis and fucking hats and all kind of shit like that. So we go in there and I actually met a handful of people over there in that trailer that I've had on the podcast, right? That I had never met in person. So we all met in this trailer. I got a picture in there. Well, we're standing there talking and we turn around and look at these pants, the cami pants that were hanging on the rack there. And there's probably maybe 10 pairs of pants there, all different kinds of cami. I don't know what kind they were. All I know is one of the guys that I've had on the podcast, his nickname is Radar. He turns around and he starts looking through them. He's like, "Oh man, I haven't seen this camo in a long time. This is great." And he pulls up the price on it. It was like $350 for pants. One pair of pants, yeah. $350. He goes,
Car
"Okay,
precision, I bet."
Never mind."
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude. I was like, "Holy shit!" So I never knew what kind of camo pattern it was because we didn't get past the price thing. I was like, no. So he starts looking, at all of them, but they were really rare, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but that's crazy, bro.
I wouldn't doubt it was Cry Precision or something of that level. They're up there.
Right. Yeah, that's wild. Okay.
There's some Australian stuff that's about that price, but not all of it is that expensive.
Yeah. So you were in Cali doing, were you doing hands-on work, like working on job sites and stuff, like electrical? Yeah. Were you doing commercial or new home construction?
Or commercial. We have contracts with like Target, Costco's. What is it? Vons. You guys have Vons. It's a Safeway for Hawaii, but it's the same company.
So you're running like fucking 5,000 feet of wire.
Oh, yeah. Easily.
More. Okay.
Yeah. Pipe runs, full blown. I mean, it's a full blown remodel most of the time, so it ranges, but most of the time it's kind of the same, just pipe work, MC. That's just wire with metal cable around it for everyone who's not in the electrical world.
Yeah. I've done that once. Yeah. Most of I did the MC once, but most of my shit is just home remodels, like house flips. So
yeah, with Romex or
yep, Romex. Oh yeah, 14.2, 12.2.
Yep. I've done a couple. We get those random jobs for some reason. Right. We just get sent to houses, and we're like, "Why are we here?" Kind of thing. But oh man, I can't lie. It's pretty easy doing residential compared to commercial. It's just so much smaller. It's like this compared to this.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to walk as far. You don't have to crawl as far. You don't have to climb as far. Whatever you
and it's do. Just like it's just switches, lights, fans. It's kind of it.
Dude.
It's
outlets. So crazy. Yeah, when you walk into a house and we get people that have us, they're like, well, we need this, and whatever. It's like when the guy I work with, he's like, okay, we need all new electrical, so new light fixtures, new outlets, and new switches. Now, to somebody that doesn't know, that's never done it, or never seen it done, or been around it, that sounds like a lot of work.
Right.
It's so fucking easy, bro.
Yeah.
If we're working with like halfway decent wire, it's so easy.
And just label everything from the beginning.
Right.
Just label, and you'll be good.
Oh, yeah. Now, these I've worked on these houses that were built in the 40s, and they were concrete like apartment units. There was like 4 units to one building, and every wall, like all the exterior walls, was concrete. Ceilings, concrete. The ceilings actually had, so when you walk in, it's a 2-level. So there's 2 rooms upstairs. The living room ceiling, they had the radiant heat in the floors. So they have
Right.
the copper tubing running through the floors. So
Right.
when they want us to put new, recessed or flush mount lights in
Mhm.
the living room. So we're drilling through with the concrete, hole
Oh
saw,
no.
and we hit those pipes, and it's fucking, now that system hasn't been used in forever, but there's old water still in it,
Right.
and because
Just
it's all sealed, it's just fucking. You think you hit a
it's
pipe?
probably yeah. It's
I
probably
mean, we
all
did hit a
nasty
pipe,
water.
but not. Yeah. Oh, it's so nasty, bro.
Yeah.
And I always joke. I always joke with my friend. I don't know if you ever seen the movie District 9, but it's like
I think I
the.
have.
Have you seen that? So it's the one where I think it's actually an Australian actor, the main
Okay.
guy who he gets like it looks like some kind of black ink looking stuff splattered in his face from this. It's when aliens came to Earth, but they hovered above and it's like 30 years after they occupied or part of Earth, and they're in South Africa,
Okay.
and so he gets this stuff in his face. He starts to turn into an alien. Like his one of his arms starts to turn into one of those claw looking arms like the aliens have. So every time we cut through this ceiling and with all that water comes out, it's fucking now. I'm like, that's us. We're gonna turn
Yeah.
into one of those fucking things, okay?
Yeah. So many times have I just a lot of the times actually it's not pipes that I hit. People just leave drinks on top of stuff and
Oh
we'll be
shit!
doing something working below it and it'll just be vibrating and the drink will
Right.
just slowly make its way and
Oh god.
more than cold coffees. It's happened all the time. It's
Oh
so gross.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Luckily we don't
I mean,
deal
it's
with
great
too
to
many of
learn.
those.
Yeah,
I'm
it's great
sorry.
to learn the electrician stuff, especially electrician. Um, is
It'll
really
always
good
be
to know.
around.
Yeah,
It'll always be
100%.
around. Yeah. It'll never be able
100%.
to be taken away by automated services ever.
No, ever. Nope.
Yeah.
And it's something that, the basics somebody can learn pretty easily. So like we said, the lights, the
Yeah.
switches and the outlets and stuff. But especially when there's already existing wire. But three-way switches and now the four-way switches and then the smart home stuff that they're hooking up, some of that stuff, like if you want to jump power from one to another to use, whatever,
Right.
or the low voltage stuff, you got to have some experience with that kind of thing.
Oh
And a lot of
yeah.
people don't know. Yep.
I actually with that low voltage stuff, that's not really our specialty. So when we get jobs like that, we use YouTube a lot. We don't.
Right.
Yeah, there's not really a book or anything that we go to. YouTube is our best friend
Oh,
a lot of the time.
YouTube is
Yeah.
fucking amazing with
Yeah.
shit
It's
like that,
crazy.
bro.
It's
And I
crazy.
appreciate, well, one, I appreciate YouTube for being there for stuff like that. Two, I appreciate the guys that take the time that are working in those fields to film it and explain it.
And they sit there like this with their phone and just everything, every
Yes.
little. It's crazy.
Oh, I love
It's
it. I love
crazy.
it. I did,
Yeah.
I had this old heat pump unit. We use heat pumps down here in South Carolina. So they, and so somebody had swapped out the thermostat,
Hmm.
but they thought they shut the breaker off to the for the power to that, but it wasn't. There's
Oh
actually a
no.
breaker inside the unit, by the blower
Right.
that you turn off, and it shuts that. It's like a 24-volt power to the thermostat. It's really low,
Yeah.
but if you try to mess with it without shutting the power off, it can blow. There's a little fuse. It's a 3 amp fuse
Hmm.
that goes. It's just like your car fuse. The one you hold up and look in the light to see if it's still connected
Right.
or broke.
Yeah.
So there's one of those on the power line for the
Hmm.
thermostat. So he hooked the old one, worked fine. Put the new one on, didn't work. Double checked all the wiring. He's asking me like, "What? There's no power coming through." And I'm like, "Was there power before?" Yep. So we take the whole panel off by the blower, and there's this little tiny the
Little
red wire.
switch.
Yeah, it's connecting the wire is split, and it's got that little fuse in between it. And
Right.
I pulled it out, and it's fucking black, just burnt.
Oh
And
no.
so I was like, "Hey, bro, $8 fix, okay? $8 fix." He's like, "Oh my god, thank you,
It
because
saved my
that
life.
could, for real." But yeah, Yeah, I don't work on those, low power shit either. But that's usually the only thing that's low power in a house or, well, especially in a building is
There's just too much going on with that stuff.
oh yeah.
Too
Hmm.
many little wires. They have like
Mm.
magenta and like teal, and I'm like, too many. I just
Bro,
need black, red, blue, brown, orange, yellow. That's it. Done.
those concrete ones I was talking about,
Yeah.
the wiring is the insulation was this I can't remember what it's called, but it's like uh almost like a cloth. Um
Okay.
woven, it's like and it's deteriorated as fuck.
Oh, yeah, like
So,
the older stuff.
uh-huh.
Yep. I know
Like
what
the
you're talking about.
old shit.
Yep.
So when you pull the wires out, when you pull a switch out or an outlet out, uh it all looks black. The
Oh,
insulation looks
yeah.
black. Like, you can't even tell. You literally have to uh turn on, test it to see which wire is
To
the
see which
hot.
one's the hot. Yeah. And they
Uh-huh.
don't have a ground most of the time. All that old
No,
stuff.
none of
There's
them have
no ground.
grounds.
Yeah, there's no ground.
When I first went
It's
over there
full
and
of
they were like,
club.
"Hey, put this ceiling fan up," and I'm pulling it out, and those boxes in the ceilings are super fucking tiny. I have to pull them
Oh,
out and put a
yeah.
new to
Brand
put
new
the.
box. Yep.
Now the outlets and switches are fine because there's no weight on it. It
Right.
doesn't matter. I can just use the existing box or whatever, and we just tape things off because it's metal boxes. But the ceiling fan, like that shit's got to hold some weight. Luckily, the ceilings are concrete, so I drill in and use the oh, what's the blue fuck, I can't even think of it right now. But anyway, they're screws that are made for concrete,
Half
and
cons.
yeah, Tapcons. Thank you.
Yep.
So I drill in those. That fucker ain't moving. Okay,
Yeah. Oh,
but I
yeah.
can't use box screws because the boxes are like, I don't know, 3 inch or something. They're really tiny.
Oh, yeah. Tiny.
They're so tiny. So, but anyway, yeah, you learn all these different things when you start working on all these, different
Little
houses or
tips and
old
tricks and
places.
stuff. Yeah.
Right. So yeah,
Yeah.
commercial. I always wanted to try commercial because uh, it's a different type of, you work with a lot of different kind of wire. I'm just using 3 wire.
Right.
That's it. That's just basic.
Yeah. We deal with a lot of high voltage and commercial. Like
Right.
I actually have to work tonight, and we're going to be doing 208 work, and
Oh,
that's just like that's just the normal.
really?
The normal. Yeah. 120
Okay.
is really only like receptacles when we're putting in
Right.
small, tiny stuff. All the
Hmm.
lighting is 208. All the refrigeration's 208.
Oh yeah, right, right, right. Yeah, the
Yeah.
lighting in those big buildings are those big hang down. I don't know what they're
Yeah.
called.
They're
Uh
like
huh.
8 foot lights.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then
So
when we
you
do the
work
parking
nights?
lot lights, they're like 480.
Oh, the
It's big stuff.
480s, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I
Big
worked at
stuff. Yeah.
factories for 25 years. These die casting and then injection mold, and
Right.
all that's all 480. And these extruders, the heaters run on 480, and the motors that drive the screws. So it is no, I don't want these
You need
electricians that
that's
work on this
turned off.
stuff. They get they walk around in these boots that are like the electrician boots that
Yep.
are, I don't know how thick the fucking soles are,
They're
but they're
thick
thick,
rubber
bro.
soles. Yeah. Have you seen them put their full suits on?
Oh
I don't know
yeah.
if it's made of Nomex, but it's just insulated to hell.
Hmm.
The full mask and huge gloves.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they have to.
The
Well, some of the guys down here in South Carolina, these old dudes that have been doing it forever, they go in
Yeah.
there with nothing, bro. They don't even put
Oh,
gloves on. I
you
swear to
couldn't
God.
pay
I'm
me
like,
enough, dude. You couldn't pay me enough.
these guys are like fucking wrinkled as shit. They're like 60 some years old. Their fingers look like Snickers, you know what I mean? Like just
Uh,
fat and just,
they got little burn marks all on their
oh,
palms.
all the they
Yeah.
dude, when they work on like regular house stuff like 120 or 110, they'll grab a fucking hot wire. Like they don't even give a fuck.
Uh, I mean, it doesn't hurt. It's a tingle,
No.
but like, I'm not
It
gonna be
feels
doing that.
weird.
Yeah.
I
It's
can't
definitely not
stand it.
something I want to be doing. Yeah.
Uh-uh. When
Yeah.
I
It's
hit
not
one
a
of those,
pleasant
because I've
tingle.
changed stuff with a hot wire, without shutting the breaker off before, and
Yeah.
I'll tap it. I fucking hate that feeling. I
Oh
don't want
yeah.
it. Hell yeah.
Whenever I touch we'll work on receptacles every once in a while live. We're really not supposed to, but
Right.
I'll touch my strippers on accident to like the back of the receptacle or
Mm.
something, and it'll just like blow up in my face. I'm like, oh my
Yep.
gosh, it's a little terrifying. And that's just 120. I would hate to do that on 208 or 480.
Bro, that's crazy. Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
So
I'm
you're
good.
doing electrical. You still do that, and then you play airsoft on the weekends.
Yep.
Fuck yeah,
Um,
dude.
I try to I do day games at my own fields
Mm.
every other weekend or so, and then I'll try to go to another field that's out here on the off weekends or just take the weekend off, depending.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, we've been doing day games for like the last few months now, every other weekend, and
Yeah.
then this last weekend was the 24 hour. So just happened.
Right. So you got so after high school you go to Cali, you learn electrician stuff. You're doing that, and then you get back into airsoft. I'm
Yep.
guessing within the last few years. Now, how do you start? How did you start that? Once you came back from Cali, uh, out in Hawaii, what did you're like? Hey, I want to go play airsoft. What was your first field you looked up and went to, and then how did you get to where you're at now?
Well, I'd actually started playing airsoft at a field called OPAC here,
Mm.
but they closed down maybe in 2016 or 2017, so around there. And then Dogs of War took it over, and they just recently closed down. And I'd actually gone to them right before they closed down, and in my opinion, it just wasn't what I wanted to do. Like the rules just wasn't for me, and a lot of the other people felt the same here in Hawaii. So I was
What
like,
kind of rules would make? Not talking bad about the field, but
no,
what kind of rules would be like that? What because I'm not familiar with all these different fields
sure.
and how their rules are and stuff. What would be something that's not a good experience for with the rule set?
Um, so just my personal experience, I had gone prior, and they were okay with like pit vipers. I wore my pit vipers onto the field, and no issues. I have photo evidence of me on the field with just pit vipers on. And then I had gone again with my friend maybe a month or so later, and
Mm.
they gave me and my friend like kind of like a hard time, like, oh, you're not supposed to be wearing that, and like kicked us off the fields.
What did they want? Full seal?
Yeah, full seal and lower
Gotcha.
mesh mask, but
Oh,
I couldn't find anywhere, no sign or nothing saying that I needed that. And there was other
huh.
players with just we both had like balaclavas on or whatever.
Yeah,
Our teeth were technically protected.
right.
Um, but they just like kicked us off the field and kind of made it a big deal. And I was like, well, okay, I'm just gonna go get a refund.
Oh, that's weird.
And
So was it a
they,
personal thing because other people were like there wasn't a standard rule for it or something? Were they mad
that's
at
a
you?
good question. I didn't really like want to push it or anything with them. I just was like,
Right.
whatever, dude, and just got the refund, and me and my friend
Huh.
left. Like, so that was
That's
just kind of
weird.
it. Just left a bad taste in my mouth.
Sure.
And then a few months later, they ended up closing down because
Yeah.
not the manager, the owner had some scandal or something and was
Oh,
stealing a bunch of money. And I don't know,
gotcha.
the classic airsoft field closing down.
Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
people don't realize, man, like running a business, if you're not a good person with some discipline,
it's not
you
going to
can run
succeed.
it. It's not always just, if your business goes under, it it can really be your fault as an
Oh
owner
yeah,
and like how it's run. Like people run things into the ground because their ego gets in the way. They don't know how to adjust and on the fly to times, right? To
right,
changing times and people, right? Like owning a business isn't really about the business. It's about being a people person. Like what
right.
makes your
The
business
customer
run is
experience,
people, you
right?
know.
Yeah,
And a
the
lot of
customer experience.
yeah, it really is.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
people let their ego get in the way, man. It really fucks them up.
Me and the
Because I'm in
Calgary team
control,
for MilSim
okay?
Hawaii. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, because it's like when guys get into that position, they're like, I'm in control. You know?
Right, right.
Yeah.
me and the MilSim Hawaii cadre team actually just had our AAR last night for the 24-hour, and that was a
What's
huge thing that we talked about,
okay?
like just attrition rates and how we can keep people playing. Because by the time Saturday rolled around, it was kind of more towards the end of the game. We lost a lot of people, which you
Mm,
know, kind of I expected it in a
yeah, that's
sense.
common.
Yeah. Well, Hawaii's first real MilSim
Mm,
and first like actual continuous airsoft game, 24-hour continuous. It's
gotcha.
going to be taxing for a
That was the
lot.
first one in Hawaii.
First one ever, yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But and I don't know if you've seen photos of the field at all, but it's a mountain. It's not flat by any means necessary. So
I
people
I don't think I've ever
definitely,
seen a flat spot in Hawaii. When I've seen the pictures
yeah,
and drone footage of Hawaii, I don't think it
it's
reminds me
not
a lot
very
of
flat here.
Okinawa. Yeah, I
Yeah,
spent a year in Okinawa, Japan.
exactly.
It reminds me just like Okinawa is just like Hawaii.
Yep,
Really,
I hear that all the
tons of
time.
foliage. Yeah.
We get a lot
Beautiful.
of Marines, and they all say the same thing, just like
Yep.
Okinawa.
Yep. Yeah.
It's awesome airsoft, and it's so beautiful. It's
I
when
bet.
we have nice cloud cover. Oh, it's perfect weather. Awesome.
Right. High humidity, but like foliage, like the jungle atmosphere
Yep.
is there.
Oh yeah.
Hmm. That's cool. Okay. So you guys
It's a great
had
time.
you say the AAR, your after action report kind of thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
gotcha.
we had one for with all the players as well that remained to the end of the event.
Yeah,
Um, just kind of see what they thought of the event and if they liked it, what would they change, kind of thing, you know.
right.
And then we did the same thing just with the cadre last night in a Discord call.
See, that's so smart, dude. That's so smart.
Yeah,
You're doing it right because getting the feedback, not trying to be like, oh, I'm in control. We're gonna do things my way or the highway kind of thing. It's yeah, because not everyone you don't know everything, right? About
right.
it's great to have feedback from your team and whoever's helping out or working with you to make this thing run. So
And I've never been in the military either, so
yeah,
my knowledge of the military is like this much compared
sure.
to all the cadre. Majority of the cadre that I work with are all military or law enforcement.
Hmm.
So their knowledge of tactics and just military knowledge in general is way greater than mine. So having them around to
Yeah.
help me out is huge, and I'm very grateful for that.
See, that's important, man. That's good. That's good. You don't have to know everything. You just have to
No,
get people around you that do know certain things, and
yep,
you know how to put your ego aside and say, hey, yeah, yeah, who's better at this? Okay, yeah, what's
yep,
what's going on here? Learn how to delegate. And some people, man, really don't know how to do that, and it's so
yep,
weird when you find people when you're good at it and you find people that don't know how to do that. It's like, what? Don't you don't see like this guy right here, bro? Your buddy over here knows all this shit,
right.
but they want to try to learn it and then just it's like, just stop, just tell them, here,
I've
can you?
I've noticed a lot in our community too. For some reason, people just get into this like narrow mindset of
Uh-huh.
I'm a Navy SEAL operator, and
Oh God,
dude, we're just all here to shoot BB guns in the woods, or something
it's
like
not
that.
that
It's
serious.
not that
Slow
serious.
down,
Yeah,
killer.
yeah. But I've just noticed that a lot, and they just get
Yeah,
into this like leadership mindset.
right.
I'm the general. You're listening to me. And it's like it doesn't really work that way. But
Well,
I'm
it's so
glad
funny
you're
when
excited.
yeah, they well, even me, no, I've never played airsoft, but when they I played
Yeah, that's
paintball for
crazy. I
3 years.
saw that. I think
Did
it's
you
in your
see?
bio or something. That's
Yeah,
crazy, dude. You just like
yeah.
to interview airsofters, but have never
Well,
played.
yeah, I put that on the when you sign up on my website, when you book a time to be on here, I put that in the information thing, whatever, about the podcast, because I had so many people come on and ask me. Well,
Right.
not they don't want to come out and say, "Have you played airsoft?" They already assume that I have because
Hmm.
I'm doing this, and then so it'll come up like, "Oh yeah, so I did this past week. Oh, did you go play last weekend?" I'm like, "No, I never played." And
I've never played. Yeah.
the looks I get, bro. It's like this long pause, and they're like, "Oh, okay." Like, you
Like
can
just
just
really
see it, you know,
confused.
like, "Oh,
Yeah.
wait, am I on a Airsoft podcast?" Like, yeah, it's fine. And
Like,
my
where am
son's
I?
played.
Yeah.
My son's got into it, and I started the channel, and now I love talking to people. So
That's
yeah,
awesome. Yeah. I
yeah, man.
watched a few of the other podcasts, and you're doing a
Okay.
really great job with what you're doing.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, of
I
course.
enjoy it, so I appreciate it. And I really do want to get as many people's story out there
Yeah.
that want to be, that want to share it. I want to
Yeah,
get
I
as
like
many
how you
people
do
out there.
everybody. It's not like just
Everybody,
big,
dude.
not just YouTubers or,
No.
like big creators. It's everybody. Like just any airsofter or
Hmm.
do you do paintballers? I didn't see any.
Paintballers, yeah.
Yeah, paintballers as well. Like anybody.
Yes.
It's really cool.
Well, so I've done so the one that came out Friday, the guy is he just started paintball or airsoft like a month ago, but he's been playing
Oh, no
paintball
way.
professionally for like
Hmm.
8 years.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
so, and I always say this too. And then that I want more paintballers on here too. The crossover because there's a handful, a lot of people that have played paintball started out, excuse me, and come over to airsoft. So,
Right.
Tacos. I don't know if you know Baby Goat. He's a speed softer
Yeah. Okay.
that's running the NSL tournaments over here in America. That
Okay.
came over from Netherlands. So Tacos, the team he plays for is Tacos, and that's his Speedsoft team. But he started out paintball. He was a professional paintballer for a long time, and went over to Airsoft. And he's played at NXL tournaments and shit like that.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I've had a few people on like that, and I loved it. I love getting the speed softers on here, the paintballers on here, the MilSimmers on here. What's funny is there's so many similarities as to how they got started into it, and
Right.
then a lot of them have kind of through trial and error figured out, hey, I like this instead. The one guy I talked to in Michigan a couple days ago, he his team that he plays with is more of a MilSim team, but
Hmm.
he personally prefers Speedsoft. So this year he's going to start getting more into Speedsoft. So he'll do both. He'll do the MilSim stuff, the
That's
Speedsoft
awesome.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really cool. It's cool to see.
that is cool to see. I
Yeah,
actually, MilSim is cool that you can use it for like real life tactics as well, kind
fuck
of
yeah.
implement it into real life situations. And
Hmm.
that's what I enjoy about MilSim. Uh,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
now did you have any family members or anything or friends that were in the military?
My dad's a police officer for Honolulu Police Department, but I
Oh
grew up
shit.
with a sergeant major that was in the Marine Corps. So she was always just around a
Yeah.
female sergeant major of the Marine Corps, I might add. So if that adds any
I
a
feel for you.
scareness factor, or
I
yeah,
feel for
she
you.
was she was awesome. She was one
Yeah.
of somebody I really looked up to.
Okay. Yeah, they're
So that
hardcore,
kind of
man.
got me into yeah.
Hell
She
yeah.
I think gave me my first set of camouflage. So
Oh, okay.
we can blame all this on her.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, man.
yeah,
Yeah, it's cool. There's so many people that, for whatever reason, maybe they didn't go in the military for whatever reason they couldn't, or they just their life path wasn't whatever. Like right now, I was talking to somebody and they said, I was gonna go in. Like they're young. Within the last couple of years, they were thinking about going in the military, and I told them they were like, but I'm not going in. They decided differently. And I
yeah,
said, honestly, man, if it was me right now with what's going on, I would not go in the military and I wouldn't
yeah,
recommend my kids going in. It's fucking nuts. So
yeah. It's
when
crazy.
I went in, it's fairly normal, I guess, as far as, that kind of shit goes. But I went in '89. So, it's way different now.
What
But
branch?
Marine Corps. Yep.
Oh, nice, awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a fucking jarhead, okay?
There
Dumb
you go.
jarhead.
What, what's your favorite crayon? Nah.
Yeah, blue. Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. See this picture right here.
Oh, I didn't even notice
So
that.
it's hard to see because it's far away, but
Yeah.
that's the Iwo Jima,
Yep.
raising the flag kind
Flag
of thing.
raising.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I went, spent 4 years in the Corps, active duty, and then I got out and started popping out kids. My wife started popping out kids. We had 5 kids, and then
You got a whole
life,
fire team.
bro. Exactly.
You got a fire team.
when
That's
uh
awesome.
when we had our kids, people would say at like family functions, "Oh, you got a basketball team?" I'm like, "No, a fire team."
Fire team.
Because
Yeah.
yeah, dude, we got guns on the wall right here. All my kids are into guns. They know,
You're
and
set.
I wouldn't teach them tactics, but I would teach them,
If something
definitely
happened, this is what you do.
any of my kids pick up a rifle, they could put that fucker in the black at 100 yards. Okay,
Nice.
that's all I
Nice.
care about.
You should be a
And
proud dad.
two of my sons, I have 3 boys and 2 girls. Two of my sons are way better than me at pistol. I mean,
Really?
fucking dead on with pistol. It's insane. Yeah, they're
Wow.
really good. Yeah, but anyway,
You should be
yeah.
a
So
proud
I'm
dad.
sorry. Yeah, I'm very proud. Very
That's
proud.
awesome.
They're good. They're good guys. Good kids, all of them.
All
But
boys?
my
Or you
daughter
got,
spent 4 years in the
okay.
Air Force.
You got a daughter
Um,
as well.
yeah, yeah. Two
Awesome.
girls. Two girls.
2 girls, 3 boys.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah, all of
Very
them are
cool.
out of the house now. They all moved out.
There you
My
go.
youngest is 21. She got married last year, and her husband lived like 10 minutes away. Yeah,
Where do you actually live, if you don't mind me
I'm in
asking?
Simpsonville, South Carolina.
Oh, okay, cool. I've
Yeah.
never been to anywhere on the East Coast, so I'll definitely have
Oh,
to
gotcha. Right.
check out check out
Okay.
any of those states. To be honest, never
Yeah.
been.
Yeah. When I went to so Hawaii is uh yeah. See, I don't know my geography. So when I went to boot camp, or when I went out of the military, my first duty station was Okinawa, Japan. I went
Okay.
from Cleveland, Ohio, flew from Cleveland to LA, LAX, from LAX to Anchorage, Alaska, and then Anchorage to Okinawa, which is 18-hour flight.
Jeez,
But but
jeez.
Hawaii is Hawaii
It's
on the
like
east coast of.
it's a it's about 4.5 hours from California.
Oh,
five
that's on the
hours.
west. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Gotcha.
like this is America, and like Mexico's right here. We're like over here.
Mm,
Yeah,
gotcha.
we're
Okay.
more in line with Mexico than we are America or the
Oh,
U.S.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool. Hell yeah. I've
yeah.
been to Mexico a
There you
couple
go.
times. Hell yeah.
I've never left the country, so I'll definitely have to experience Mexico sometime too.
Hell yeah, dude. Oh,
Yeah,
that's fun. Yeah.
I was
One of
thinking
my.
about that Spain MilSim West, but that is a little hard to travel with all the stuff
Oh,
I think you need.
yeah. If you want to go to Spain, the one of the guys I had on the podcast. Oh my God. I apologize, bro, for forgetting your nickname.
He's
Anyway,
gonna be
I'll send it
watching
to you
this.
after. I'll send
Cool.
it to you after. Um,
Thanks.
it's yeah. Anyway, he is from Spain, and he played airsoft in Spain, and now he lives over here and plays, does milsims or whatever. He used to be
Cool.
a downhill mountain bike racer.
Oh wow,
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah, it's
intense.
crazy. Right. But anyway,
Wow.
yeah. If you want to know about playing airsoft in Spain, you can talk to that dude as soon as I
Yeah, hell
remember
yeah,
his
send
name.
me that. Yeah, that's
All
cool.
right. So you got. So how did you start MilSim Hawaii?
I did, yeah. Uh,
Okay.
it kind of started off as like a group idea, and then I just turned it into. I'd already wanted to do a milsim, and then there's another group out here, Shooters Platoon. If you've seen my flyers at all, they're always on it. They help me promote a lot. The leader of that, Chris Nash, helps me a lot to come up with this idea and just gave me ideas. But pretty much it's mainly me that started it. Um, but Shooter Platoon has helped me a lot with promotion and just getting people to come and attend. It's a lot of just local people and military people,
Yeah.
a lot of veterans, a lot of active duty. There's a lot of bases here, so there's a lot of active duty
Right.
guys that are bored,
Yep.
nothing
That's
to do on
true.
the weekends.
Yeah.
Come shoot some airsoft guns.
Yeah.
So,
Military's fucking boring, bro. Okay. Unless you do
is it?
some, yeah, on the daily. Yeah. Yeah. Unless you're in trouble. Okay. and you got shit duty, but it
Then it's
can get really
exciting.
boring if you're not out on training exercises. I mean, you're scrubbing your gear. You know, it can be very mundane, but
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
So I imagine these guys are looking for something. And you guys now, what are you on?
Oahu.
Like mainland? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Oahu, the main islands. My field is in Waimanalo, but there's another field in Kapolei on the west side of the island called
Hmm.
Hepa. That's where I went to yesterday. And then I
Oh,
believe
okay.
there's a field on Maui that's kind of starting. They're using a portion of the paintball field out there. And then there's a small field on the Big Islands that's starting. So it's slowly growing.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't have to grow much for you guys to like
No,
really have some places to go, right?
no. As long as those outer islands can get going, like we've got quite a few places to be able to play. To be honest,
Because you
and
guys are close.
flights.
So what does it take? Like you take a boat ride, like a
No,
ferry or
it's only
something?
a 30-minute flight, and ticket prices are about $29 one way, so it's fairly cheap.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that is awesome.
yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah. Okay.
Um, Alphonse and I are actually talking about doing kind of like a tour across the islands and hitting all the different fields. So in the
Oh,
next few
that's cool.
months,
Okay.
mhm.
So you know Alphonse, and I don't know why I've said this on the past couple of not past couple, but I've said it a couple times in the past probably year when people talk about or if it comes up about Airsoft Alphonse. I always thought he was from Michigan, and I can't remember where I thought saw that at. Is he from Michigan? Do you know?
Yeah, he's from Michigan.
That's what I thought. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I just want to make
yeah,
sure. All right,
and then, yeah,
because
he just went to
the
school
last
here.
person I brought that up to, they were like, "No, I think he's from Hawaii because he's in
Yeah,
Hawaii." I
yeah.
was like, "I don't think he's from there." I can't remember why I saw it, but I thought it said he got an engineering degree from MS, maybe either Michigan or Michigan State. I can't remember.
Hmm. Yeah, he went to
So,
UH here for 2 or 3 years or something like that. That's
okay.
probably why people think he lived here or is from here.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, okay. Cool. Anyway, yeah.
yeah,
Well, because the first time we talked or chatted about being on, um, you had said something about maybe getting him on, that particular
yeah,
night or whatever. It was like right before your event, wasn't it?
yeah. I think it was like the night before or something, that 2 nights
Yeah,
before or
right. It
something. We
was.
were hanging out with him. I was hanging out with him. I was like, maybe
Yeah.
we can get this guy on.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, doing it after the event, I think, is a lot better, more to talk about, and
No, I agree. I'm glad we
yeah,
waited.
yeah,
I'm
we
glad we
can get him
waited.
on.
Yeah.
We can get him on in a future one.
Yeah. I don't mind. I really. And I'm not saying this because I'm talking with you and you're
Yeah.
friends with him or whatever. I haven't really had many big YouTubers on here. I had Kicking Mustang on twice. I really
Okay.
like the guy. I love his story. I love his videos. I love what he's doing. But my goal is not. I don't reach out to a lot of big YouTubers. Honestly,
Right.
I really not because I don't want them on here. It's if
It's for the people,
I
not for just the YouTubers.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for clicks and views and whatever. I appreciate that. I like
Yeah.
that. I'm not a robot. I mean, I do enjoy
Yeah.
that, but I really enjoy meeting just the people that are starting out,
Everybody.
or maybe yeah, they're not big on whatever kind of social platform, and but they're really passionate about what they're doing. So
Right.
I really enjoy that. But anyway, yeah, that's if we get them on here one time, that's
When
cool.
we do the tour, we can do like a quick podcast or something, quick
That'd
30,
be cool as
45
shit.
minute podcast while we're on
Yeah,
another island or something.
right.
It'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be very cool. Well, I saw him on I don't know if you know these guys, the Task Force podcast. They're a couple of airsofters that have been
Mm-mm.
playing for a long time. They're in Central America, or they're in the central part of the
The
U.S.
US. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like Kansas or something like that. And
Mm.
that was actually one of the first podcasts I started following for Airsoft
Oh,
podcasts.
okay.
Yeah, and I saw Alphonse on there and talking with
Oh,
those
no way.
guys. So yeah, it's cool. I miss those dudes. So if you guys, if Snake, if you guys are ever watch this or listening, I miss you. Hope you start your podcast up again very soon because they've been off for a few months. So
Oh, no way.
yeah, yeah.
Hopefully they come back.
You're right.
What are they called? I'll have to look them up.
The Task Force podcast.
The Task Force podcast. Okay.
Yeah,
On
Task Force,
YouTube
yeah.
or
Yeah, on YouTube.
cool. All right.
Yeah. So they do
Cool.
their podcast is only, I think it's only released. They only do YouTube Live, and I
Oh,
don't think they do the audio part like on Spotify or anything like that. I'm not sure if it gets picked up by any of those, but
mm-hmm.
yeah. So uh,
Are you just on YouTube or do you have Spotify as well? And
everything.
you got it all.
Everything, bro.
That's cool.
I'm on fucking, and I'm not bragging. I just,
Yeah,
some
yeah.
of these, now I purposely put them on all the audio podcasts. So like, Spotify, iTunes, like anything you look up is, iHeartRadio. I
No
didn't even know
way.
I was
That's
on that
cool.
one. Yeah. Um, and then there's Podcorn, like shit I've never heard of, bro.
Yeah.
You,
Here's
yeah,
not at
this one
all.
guy, this is like 6 months ago. Somebody reached out to me, was like, "Hey, I didn't know you put your thing on whatever this was. I'd never even heard of it." And I'm trying to think of what it was called, but it was something I'd never heard of. It's not a mainstream whatever. And I was like, I don't. But there's platforms out there that kind of pick up any kind of
And just like
podcast, whatever.
reposted and
Yeah, they'll post it. There's like articles and shit. If you look up, if you search, Trifecta Airsoft podcast, there's like articles written where we have, where somebody like, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know. Like,
what?
oh, dude, it's wild. Like whole stories and stuff about like our episodes, um, that people do in like summaries and stuff. It's just, I think once you get consistent releases,
Yeah.
then for so long, then these different platforms probably pick it up and put it on theirs, on their website or whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
Because they want consistent releases as well.
sure. Yep.
Yeah.
And we've been, I've been doing, well, when I started, let's see, for a year now, almost a year, probably 8 months. I've been doing 3 a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then for 6 weeks during Christmas, I was doing Monday through Friday. So I've got, I don't know, 200 and I think number 220 will come out tomorrow.
Wow.
And I've only been doing it a
Hell yeah.
year. So
That's awesome, dude.
it's a lot of days. It's a lot of
That's
days.
a lot of days. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm sure you have a bunch saved up too as well, right?
Yeah, I've got the whole week. I've caught up actually. So
Okay.
yeah, I've caught up because I went back down to 3 week. Well, I had in the last 3 weeks
Mhm.
extremely busy with personal life stuff. Just my Jeep broke, and I work on it myself, and my house broke. So like part of my house, fucking yeah, these double doors, whatever, shattered. The glass shattered
Oh
from the cold
no.
weather. Yeah, we're in South Carolina. It's not supposed to be 20 degrees at night. Okay, fuck that shit.
Jeez.
And
Yeah.
and
That's
the
a little cold.
glass on these doors, yeah, these were old. These were like 1987 doors. Okay,
Single
original.
pane.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
just, I think the house shifted just enough for it to crack one of the windows, and then they all just shattered. I had to put plastic over it until I could get all the supplies to work on it. So I redid the whole fucking room. And speaking of electrical, we were talking about earlier, I ran all new electrical through the house.
Nice.
Or through that whole room. I did added a couple outlets. I put an outlet above the fireplace where I could hang the TV, so that
Saved
has
yourself
something.
thousands of dollars.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
And listen, wire is fucking expensive right now. So I bought
Oh
100 foot of Romex,
yeah.
and then I ran flush mount lights, took the center light out, the old ass piece of shit that was up there, and
Yeah. Very nice.
put those in. Yeah, so it was a big project. So I was very busy, working every day, coming home, doing podcasts. I'd come home, work on that room, do a podcast, then have to release it, and make the thumbnails, put it out, before the next day and shit.
Right.
So I kept up with it for 6 weeks, and then when all this other stuff happened, I was like, bro, I got to go back down. So I put in where Luckily, nobody really filled in the calendar, when they signed up. So it kind of went. I stopped asking.
It was in your favor.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
It gave me enough
Yeah.
of a break to get all this shit fixed. Got my Jeep running. Got that thing fixed. The whole room's done. Like done. Um, and all the tools are put away. That's when it's done. Okay. When you
Yeah.
get, once you get all the extra supplies like cleaned up and out, and
Yep.
then all your tools put away, that's when it's done.
Yep. You can
Yeah.
start putting everything in that you need to be in there. Then you're
Right.
done.
So we got all new furniture and did all that shit, hung the TV and all that. So
There you go.
everything's good. Now I can relax and I can start talking with people again, and not have that in the back of my mind while I'm talking with somebody.
Yeah. You can just
Oh yeah.
focus. Hell yeah.
Right, dude. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I put out a lot in the last year. But it is very consistent. I like it being consistent. Personally, I want to do that. I enjoy doing it. And also, when I started looking up airsoft podcasts online, there's a lot of choices, but very few put out consistent releases. So there was one. I think the most consistent one I saw was the Gorilla Gorilla Radio podcast. They're in Cali, actually,
Okay.
Northern Cal, and I think they were doing once a week, but they do Facebook Live, something like that. So
Hmm.
they do get picked up by some of these other podcast apps or whatever, but they've been doing it a long time. But
Okay.
they were doing once a week for a very long time, and then they stopped there. So it's hard to find a really consistent one that where if you're going to work or if you're driving, if you want to listen to something, and you
You
want it
got
to be
something.
about
Yeah.
airsoft.
It didn't really exist.
Right. Yeah. And I wanted to provide that because, like I said, I
Doing a great
enjoy it.
job. Yeah.
Thank you. And I like reaching out
Yeah.
to people. So hell yeah, dude. So you guys had. So tell me about this event last weekend. This sounds
Sure.
fun.
I mean, I'll give you the rundown of how I do it, but the
Yeah.
whole basic idea is just to get people into MilSim and to want to go to MilSim West. I talked to Josh Warren a lot, the owner of
Okay.
MilSim West, and just
Did
told him
you
like,
did you just reach out to him just randomly, or did you know him?
yeah,
Meet him sometime?
I just
Okay.
well, I've met him at MilSim West, but it's not like I know him. Just
Gotcha.
hey Josh, my name's Bailey type thing. But I just hit him up on Facebook and say, I'm going to be starting MilSim Hawaii, and MilSim West had so much of an impact on my life. I'd like that for all these Hawaii guys as well.
Yeah.
And I just told him my idea, and he liked it. He liked the idea, and here I am doing MilSim Hawaii. But it's a little different than what MilSim West does because Hawaii players aren't, what is the word, accustomed to MilSim. They've just been running around at these small fields and just doing little 20-minute, 15-minute games. But my day
Not
games are
really
more
a large event
Yeah,
with that kind of structure.
right. My MilSim was on a 70-acre or so field,
Yeah.
completely mountainous. Like it was a challenge for sure
Right.
for
Oh,
a lot of
sure.
people. And that's where we play our day games as well. So our day games will last for an hour and a half, 2 hours. They're not quick at all. When we do more of like kind of like a story or like simulated, like Black Hawk Down, and both sides need to go get up the pilot, or they need to go get the information on the pilot if you're on the opposing team type thing. So there's a lot of more simulated things or missions, if you will.
Yeah.
Um, but the 24-hour, that's at the day games, but my 24-hour events, those are continuous overnight. So we start on Friday, 1 p.m. is check-in. We go till 6 o'clock. And then if you're not checked in by then, you just have to wait till a cadre is available in the next couple hours or whatever.
Yeah.
But 6:30, everybody's walking off to their patrol base, their fob, wherever they need to set up. You're running security the whole time. You can be attacked at any given time. So if you're Rust 4 and rucking out, NATO can send down a squad and be looking for you, and if they find you rucking out, they can shoot you while you're rucking, you know? So you got to be
So
ready to fight the entire time.
now, do both teams, or do the opposing forces start? Do they check in and start on different
They check in, so they
locations?
check in together, but
Okay.
they start in different areas.
And they don't know where those, pretty much
No,
they don't know where
they don't know anything
they
other
don't know
than the
where the other
cadre.
team's starting. Okay.
Correct. The
Gotcha.
cadre are the only ones that know what's happening.
Yeah. That's
So
cool.
to them, it's kind of as real as we can get it without
Sure.
actually doing like a real military op.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, they have to go out on little patrols or something, find the Russian patrol base if they're on NATO, or find the NATO patrol base,
Right.
organize platoon size elements or squad size elements to go and take the mountain. In this case, NATO was on top of the mountain, so Rust4 had to go and try to take it from them.
Yeah.
And that's all up to the players. Like, there's a cadre as the CO for both sides, but it's not really up. It is up to him, but he lets it go down to the platoon leaders, who are just random players who sign up for that position. It's
Right.
up to them to decide what they want to do.
Sure. Now, how did you find the field, and how did you approach them? Like the field
It,
owner, like how did that all
it's my
work out?
grandparents' place.
Oh, right, right. Okay.
Yeah,
You did. I did see something, one of your posts about that. Okay.
yeah. So it,
So
I was
how
already
did that come up? So you
I
went
was
to your
already playing
grandparents, was
airsoft
like,
as a
hey,
kid.
I play Airsoft. I want to have a bunch of people over and play this big event. And they're like, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much technically, yeah. But
Yeah.
I was playing airsoft as a kid, up there with a bunch of my friends,
Okay.
and I took that big break, came
So they were
back.
kind of used to it already. Like they were
Yeah,
familiar
yeah,
with what goes on.
but
Okay.
not to the level of what I'm doing it now. Now it's like, or before it was like 15, 30 people.
Sure.
Now I have 100, 120 people showing up for just day
Now,
games.
were they there like around the area when you had the event? Your grandparents?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Did they see all those people?
All
Like how
everybody. Yep,
many people?
yep.
Were they like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?"
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there was. Well, we also have customers that just have their horses because it's a ranch as well, and
Oh,
they're just walking around seeing these men dressed up in,
no
you
way.
know, full gear, and they're like, "What?"
Like,
Well, they
holy
know what's
shit,
going
we're
on.
fucking invaded,
Yeah,
bro.
we're getting invaded right now. Yeah, what's
Russia
going on?
invaded
Yeah,
us.
yeah, and there's a lot of people in like real Russian gear and stuff, so it looks
Oh my
legit.
God.
Yeah,
So these people are the customers that are, what do they do? They pay to ride horses, or like
they keep their
riding
horses
lessons?
there, most of them. Yeah,
Oh,
they
gotcha.
board
Okay.
horses.
Oh my God. So they're seeing all these people like geared the fuck out, and they're like,
Oh
"Oh
yeah,
my God."
yeah. The first time we did it, they were probably a little like, "What the fuck is going on here?" kind of
Oh my
thing.
God.
Yeah.
I can imagine, bro. And then so your grandparents tell them like, "Hey, it's fine." I'm sure they get a lot of questions.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're not too happy that we're doing it where they like to ride where we're playing right now, but it just
Oh
all
shit.
happens to be where the bulls get, because we have a lot of bulls as well. So wherever they
Gotcha.
are, we can't be, and it just so happens to be where the horses like to ride. So they're a
Uh,
little mad that we're playing back there, but whatever.
I mean, it's for
My last name is on the deed, so they can't really
oh
say anything. I'm just kidding.
yeah. I mean, they know they're good. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
it's
just
what is
kidding.
it? 1 day, right? Like 24 hours. Well, like two
Well,
days.
it's more so the day games. They just get mad because it's Saturdays and they like to ride on Saturday.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
No
well,
shit, right?
it's whatever.
Yeah.
We're
Huh.
still doing it.
And now now that, as far as where you guys play, there's no chance of like all these BBs getting, hitting the horses or hitting these people when they're
No,
riding.
the horses, the
Okay.
people
They're
that are
far
riding
away.
usually come earlier, or they'll just ride afterwards. They're
Mm,
just mad they have to plan their day around it.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah. All these
it's
guys
whatever.
with their
Yeah,
uh, camis and guns.
and guns. What are they doing up there? Yeah,
That's funny. Hell yeah.
it is.
Fucking MilSim Hawaii, bro, taking over.
Yeah, we're
I
doing it.
love it. Okay.
Yep.
Well, they have horses over there. Did you grow up kind of like tending to horses, like a ranch
Not really,
almost?
not really tending to them, but grew up riding and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
No shit. Okay.
I'd never really got into that. It was never really my cup of tea, if you will.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was around. I was always around it. We do rodeos every year that attract
Oh.
people from the mainland and all
Do you know
around the
how to
island.
lasso?
Big competition. No, I
How
never.
dare
Like I
you?
said, I never really got into it.
Ah,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
grandparents are disappointed, bro. You
They
better
probably
step it
are.
up.
Yeah, they probably are disappointed that I don't know much about horse stuff, but it's
I
okay.
don't either. I don't know how to do it either. I've ridden a horse twice, two different times. Um,
Yeah.
great experiences both times. But I remember the first time I got on a horse. I was an adult, and it was after the military. And I was no, I was in the military actually. I was still in. This was before I got married, and I just got stationed at Camp Pendleton in California. And me and my buddies were like, we were bored on a weekend. We are like,
Yeah.
I mean, we're drinking, and what else are we doing? Okay, I mean, there's always drinking, but what else are we doing?
What else we
So
gonna do? Yeah.
this guy's like, hey, I heard about this horse farm down in San Diego. Let's go down there. You can ride these horses on the beach. I was like, no fucking way. I'm like, yeah. So we went down there, and it was. But I remember when I first got on this horse, um, when it started walking. I
Hmm.
could feel how strong this thing was.
Oh yeah,
Like between my legs, I could feel the muscles.
the muscles. Yep, they are strong animals.
I was like, holy shit, this thing,
Yep.
these things are really magnificent as far as how big they are and strong they are. And then we got on the beach and they really did walk down to the beach. They knew where to go.
Oh yeah,
And
they do
yeah,
it daily. Probably they know
they
the
do it
routine.
daily. They really
Yep.
do. And we just had to point them in the right direction. They go through this little like creek or whatever, and we went out to the beach, and they get on the beach, and the guy's telling us, before we left, just kind of kick them a little bit and say, yeah, and they fucking took off, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, sprint like fast enough to where you're not like it's smooth, right? You're not
Yeah.
bouncing your
Yeah.
fucking balls off, right? But when they were trotting, I thought my balls were gonna get smashed. Okay. Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I
It's
don't
a
have a lot of
skill to
experience
be
with
able
that.
to ride.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun for sure to work out.
Yeah. Now, do you
People
still
don't
help your
realize.
grandparents with
Yeah,
that kind of
if
stuff?
they ask me, I don't
Yeah.
really get asked very often. But if there's big stuff going on, or if there's no one else, they'll ask me.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
That's good.
my dad's more into it than I am. He helps out a lot.
Oh, okay. That's good. Did he grow up doing that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right.
He had no choice just because of his
Sure.
the parents owned it.
Right.
So
Now, does your dad do a different kind of work besides working with horses, or what does he
yeah,
do?
he's a part of HPD, Honolulu Police
Oh, that's
Department.
right. You already told me that.
Yeah, yeah,
That's right. That's right. Okay. Well,
yep,
yeah, he's busting caps out there, bro.
yeah. He's working hard. He's a sergeant, so he's working hard.
Oh shit. Okay. I think I've seen Honolulu on some episodes of that Cops, that show
Oh
Cops.
yeah, yep,
I think I've seen that on there. Yeah.
yep. We have lots of crazy crackheads. I'm sure that was something on Cops. Well, all the mainland sends all of the homeless to us, everybody,
No
because it's
way.
warm. Yeah, it's warm year round here, so they don't die in the winter. So they
Oh
get a
my
one-way
God.
ticket to Hawaii. So we have
Ugh.
just an insane homeless problem here.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yep. Yeah. But
Jesus. Yeah.
what can you do?
I hear you, man. Okay,
Yeah.
so you didn't have a problem with getting a field together with
No.
for MilSim. That's good because that's been a lot of people I've talked with. Well, there's been a handful of people I've talked with that run MilSims or different kind of events, and that's the number one thing they're running into or obstacle is finding fields because a field can make X amount of dollars if they're open on a Saturday, and then somebody wants to hold an event there. They're like, oh, well, just a lot of issues with
Yeah.
they won't pay or, it's not worth it. Or then the person hosting is,
Am I gonna make enough to even do it
yeah,
again? Type. Yeah.
right. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Big issue. Yeah.
Yeah. Me
So
and my
that's good. You
grandparents
have,
just split the profit, and we're
yeah,
good. There's
that's
no.
good, man. Good
Yeah.
deal.
It
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Okay.
it worked out really well in my favor. People always, I do it. I've never done like a podcast to this extent, but just like little interviews, and they always ask me like, "How did you get the field?" or a question like that. I'm like,
Right.
honestly, like it just kind of worked out in my favor. I didn't
Yeah.
really have to try for it,
Well, no, I mean,
and
it's in your family.
super
That's
grateful. Yeah,
yeah. Oh, of course.
yeah.
It's it's nothing to that's not it's not a bad thing. I mean, Balahak, Swamp Sniper runs
Yep.
Balahak. I think that's his family's property, or maybe his
Oh
property
wow.
that he got.
Yeah.
Yeah, that his. I'm not sure. I just know that it's his property. So when
Right.
he started those events, I mean, he lives on the property, so it's he doesn't have to ask permission. He doesn't have to go to somebody for hey, I want to host this event. Like he's it. So it really does help when you have that kind of land. And I'm not saying it was easy for him. I don't know how he got the land or
Right.
when, if it's part of his family's land or whatever. But as far as a hosting event, it's way simpler, as far as the steps to get
Oh yeah.
something going there. If you own your own land and you want to have an event there, it's way easier to,
Super
to do
easy.
that because hey, can I do this over here? Yep, go ahead,
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
good to go.
Yeah.
So,
No contract, nothing. It's just, can I use
right.
this? Yep. All right, cool. And
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, that's
The
way
hardest part, I
better.
guess, is just the insurance, but that's not
Yeah.
even
So
hard.
how did that come up?
What
Like,
the
what's the
insurance?
details on the insurance? Like, how did you find out what kind of insurance you had to do? And I'm not familiar with it. It's like if somebody wanted to
So
host an event, do
for
they
my
have
day
to have
games,
insurance?
I don't have insurance because it's all donations. So
Gotcha.
you donate, and your perks are you get to play airsoft on this cool field. If you don't donate, you get to hang out in the parking lot. Like,
Ah,
so you can kind of get around the insurance
right.
in ways as long as you have a waiver and all this. But for my
Yeah.
actual MilSim events, I have insurance, and it's just
Okay.
basic. What is
Like
it?
liability stuff.
Yeah, basic liability insurance for like $1 million or whatever. It's
So
not
this
that
is
much.
to protect you if
Yeah,
somebody gets hurt on your field and wants to sue
yeah.
you.
Wants to sue
Okay.
me.
I
Yeah, but
gotcha.
luckily nobody got hurt, so it didn't need to get used. But just in case.
Isn't that weird? Like the way the legal stuff works. Like somebody signs a waiver
But I
saying,
still need insurance
I
to.
know.
Yeah, it's
It's just
so.
weird to me. Like I signed a waiver saying I won't sue you if I get hurt because I understand the risk, but then I'll sue you, so you better
Yeah.
have insurance.
Well,
Like,
waivers are only as good as your lawyers, so
yeah, that's true.
yeah.
It's so weird. It's weird
It
to
yeah,
me
it's crazy.
because it used to be on handshake, okay?
Yeah.
So,
Or just if you were coming, you knew that you weren't gonna.
yeah.
If anything happened, you just wouldn't sue them, or you wouldn't say
Yep.
anything. You
Yep.
just accepted it when you showed up.
Hmm. No shit.
But times are different.
Did you have, so this is the first 24-hour continuous in Hawaii. What were
Yep.
your biggest obstacles that you had for this thing? Like issues that came up that you didn't foresee? Anything?
Um, the only not too many unforeseen issues, like any that like really stick out.
Yeah.
Just the main one that I knew that was going to happen was just people dropping out as Saturday progressed. I
Mm,
knew that they were just going to get tired and not wanting to go up the hill or not wanting to come
okay.
down. And I can't really flatten a mountain for people, so
So what
it's
did
kind
you
of hard
learn? What are
to.
you gonna do different? Make
I
it
think for
different
the next one,
objectives, maybe?
I'm going to make each team start on separate sides, and the
Uh-huh.
mountain is the objective.
Gotcha.
So there's going to be a flag, a Russian flag, or a NATO flag. You
Mm.
can't set up your base on the top. You have to set up your base somewhere else. But whoever
Ah,
controls the top of the mountain by the end of the game are the winners,
okay.
type thing. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a few ideas that the cadre and I had last night. So you'll just have to stay tuned and see for the next one, I
Oh, for
guess.
sure. Yeah, you don't want to reveal everything, but
Yeah.
it is there's some basics that I'm imagining as you're when you go through an event, there's certain things like you want to implement a change in the
Right.
next one that you're like we really don't know. unless we have 100 people to try it out, right?
Right.
It's like you and your team members that are running, your cadre, maybe that's 10 people, I don't know. But
Yeah.
if even with that, you can't
It's
really
not
try it out.
possible.
It's not going to be, yeah,
Right.
it's not going to be the same. You're not getting the same information, the same feedback, the same variables to say, okay, yeah, this will work, or no, it won't.
Right.
You have to have a large enough sample of people with different personalities, different body types,
Right.
different fitness levels for
Right.
mountains, that are going to be like, okay, let's see how this works out. And the more the better, so that you can learn in the future. But
Right.
okay, yeah, yeah, that's a tough one, man. When I got to Okinawa, as far as the terrain goes, the Marines. I'm not sure how it is now, but back then, um, they're very strict on the physical fitness, obviously.
Yep.
And when we run, we run um, 3 days a week. It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning before work, we do a formation run, and it doesn't matter how long. There's no stipulation on how long it has to be. It's a minimum of 3 miles, or I guess I said that wrong. Anyway, it's got to be 3 miles or more, but
Right.
you never know how long it's going to be. Whatever, depends on who's leading you. So, and that's a tough thing for a lot of guys, is running, especially in boots and utes. When you're wearing
Oh
your
yeah.
combat boots and your
Old.
utilities,
Yeah.
your combats, your camis. So it's
Yep.
and on Okinawa, the temperature, right? The climate is different. It's like, really tropical and
Very
climate like you
humid.
guys. Yeah, very humid. 90% humidity, 90 degrees. Like that's normal. Okay. In the summer until wintertime it's not really cold. It's monsoon season. It just rains
Mm,
fucking torrential rain.
yeah.
But so running is a very it's constant. You do that all the time. And when you first get there, you get a 30-day acclimation period to run. So what that means is, in the Marines, if you Monday, Wednesday, Friday, when you run in your formation runs, if you drop out for any reason other than legit injury, like sprained
Mm,
ankle, broken ankle, whatever, that kind of thing, or heat stroke, you passed out, um, you get written up. You get a page 11. So
damn.
yeah, you can't just drop out of a run. So it's very strict. So that first 30 days is, it's a freebie basically. If you want to drop out, they won't fault you because of the climate and because of the terrain. There's no
Right.
fucking flat spot. So
It's all hills.
you're running hills all day, bro. And these
Yeah.
guys that come out for your MilSim out in Hawaii, same environment, right?
Yep.
Climate it's fucking hot. Yeah, maybe they grew up there, maybe they live there, but maybe they never had a physical job. It's way different 90-degree humidity, or 90 degrees and 90% humidity, when you're working in an office and all you have to do is walk from your car to your house,
Yeah.
or you know what I mean,
Whatever.
than
Yeah.
running up a fucking hill where the terrain's uneven. There's roots to trip over. You're
Yeah.
navigating that kind of thing with your feet, because that takes energy, you know.
Oh yeah.
Um, if you're running on flat surface with nothing, rocks or nothing like that, it's way easier.
Way
Then
easier.
all you got to do is work on your pace, like your breathing. But you run up a fucking hill with grass and leaves and roots and rocks,
Yep.
10 times more energy,
Oh
which
yeah.
means you got to drink more water. You got to be in pretty good shape. So I'm imagine some of these guys are like, holy fuck! Like the first 30
Yeah.
minutes, they're like, why am I here? You know?
We made militia and Rustwer guys everybody rucked to their first PB obviously, but we made militia and Rustwer move their PBs again and
Mm.
pick up all their rucks. And after that, it was just like everybody dropping like flies. It was
Oh God.
crazy
Now, why did you make a move? Was that
because
part of the objective thing?
The NATO dudes knew where their patrol base were, so
Oh,
they were just going to keep coming back and get attacked and attacked. So
kind of like
the
spawn trapped almost.
yeah, the
Okay.
Rustwer CO made them all. It's a road. How my ranch works, there's
Mhm.
roads that connect pretty much everything. So
Yeah.
it's not like you need to always be in the brush in the harsh conditions.
Gotcha.
But they just weren't expecting to ruck, I guess, a lot.
Sure.
A lot of dudes had a lot of extra stuff as well. First
Hmm.
MilSim, I expected it. Expected everybody to come with
Yeah.
huge sleeping bags, tents. I fully
Right.
expected it.
Carrying a bunch of
But
shit. So
yeah,
I wonder what is a good option for setting up a mill sim like that in your environment where it's hot and humid, uneven terrain, foliage and shit like that, takes longer to walk through and hike through and stuff.
right.
Especially when you're carrying stuff. I mean, the the best option is everyone's in the kind of shape that you and Alphonse are in, right? Where you can handle that kind of shit. But that's not
The
practical.
case, yeah, for everybody.
you know,
Yeah, of course,
yeah. So, and they still want to go out and have fun.
of
So
course.
they're not going to train all year to try to get into that kind of shape to do that. But so I wonder what would be maybe have closer objectives, like more objectives where they don't get
Yeah,
bunched up into one spot. They don't have to just go. So
ammo
like in
supply drops or capturing the flag areas or yeah, different
right,
objectives.
uh-huh,
Yep,
yeah, like
exactly.
these. So Division, Battlefield is a great example. Battlefield 4.
Yep.
Uh, I used to be really good at first person shooters. Halo, Call of Duty. I was fucking wrecking
Yeah.
shit. Okay, 15 years ago. My reflexes are shit. Okay, so I can't keep up with everybody playing now. So it's not fun for me because I
Right.
get sniped constantly or whatever. But like some of these games offer different, a broader map, bigger maps like Battlefield 4. You can get vehicles. You can be, support gunner
Yep.
or a support player. So that's what I started doing. It gave me a reason to play and enjoy the game. So I'll go up on a
Right.
rooftop, and even if I don't last that long in the game, I still am able to lay down prone. I can toss out ammo bags or I can toss out medic bags and run over here and,
Yeah.
revive
Still help.
somebody. Yeah. So I wonder if there's a way to do something similar in these big events like that with what you have to, some of these obstacles you have to look for or, adjust for in your games. Um, Maybe offer some different type of things to kind of make it fun for these guys that, hey man, I can't make it up this fucking mountain right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely lots to look at and a few things to change. Like I said, I can't really flatten the mountain for people to make it easier. I wish I could, but
How dare you? You
definitely,
don't even know.
definitely got to change a few things to make it easier for them.
Yeah, right. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess you could do like if you found, I mean, I'm sure you guys have like at least like a football field type of area, that size of an area that's flat, right? You could do uh like a speedball type of setup,
Yeah.
outdoor, but it wouldn't be a milsim.
Yeah.
It'd
Yeah.
be
We
the
do know
shorter.
some, not too many
Yeah.
speed softers come to
Right.
the event.
Right. Oh yeah. Now
Yeah.
this last event, you guys had a lot, like you said, over 100 people. Did you guys have
Yeah.
people that? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, about 100 or so. I think
Yeah.
the final ticket sale was 97, but including everybody, because I gave free tickets to people, and the cadre was about 112 or something like that.
Yeah. So, did you have were there a lot of people that came out that this was their first time doing a milsim type?
Pretty much everybody.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Not a lot of Hawaii people make it to the mainlands for like American Milsim or Milsim West or um, I'm missing the other one. Uh, there's a few,
Okay.
but they don't really make it out for some reason to Airsoft on the mainland.
Right. Huh. Now, have you
But
gotten
it's all right.
feedback from
We'll
a lot
change
of these
that.
guys?
What is that?
Have you gotten a lot of feedback from a lot of the players?
Oh yeah, all the players actually they said they really enjoyed it. Even the ones that said they dropped out, they just couldn't make it, or
Yeah.
they had issues that they needed to go attend to at home or
Gotcha.
whatever. But they said they enjoyed it, and they gave me the feedback on what they wanted changed. And
Okay.
yeah, I didn't
Oh,
really
that's good.
I didn't hear any negative comments about it, or there's always a few haters that this really
Sure.
sucked. I was really surprised. I didn't hear any of that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought there would have been a few that just completely didn't meet their expectations or whatever, but there was
Right.
nobody. So
That's good. Well, I think you probably advertised really well as well.
yeah,
Um,
try.
you
I tried my hardest to always posting every day or every other day at bare
mhm.
minimum the flyer in different various groups, even on the mainland groups or groups in Hawaii, just
Yeah.
anywhere I could get it out there.
Yeah. How did you get that many people to show up? How, was it mostly through social media?
Yeah, Facebook and
Okay.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Um, that helps me a lot. What else do I use? Discord. That's where I do most of like the announcements and stuff like that. So it's so much
Ah,
easier than announcing stuff on Instagram and Facebook.
no shit, dude. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
it's
I'm
way
in like
easier.
15. I just counted it the other day. It's 18 servers I'm in.
Jeez. Yeah, I try to keep it to a few.
I didn't want to. I didn't
Yeah.
want to be in that many Discord servers. I just whenever I have somebody on, when I
Hmm.
talk with them and they have their own Discord server for whatever,
You just join it.
they'll invite me and I won't say no. So I don't care. It's like whatever. But when I go over to uh, the list on the left, I'm like I have to scroll up and down, up and down, up and down. Um,
Yeah, if it goes past my phone screen, I'm like, I need to get rid of the ones I don't go in.
bro,
Yeah,
it's so many. It's so many.
it's bad.
And I always have those little red one or
Oh,
two
it drives me crazy.
notification. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Uh,
And you got to
yes.
go and click on it to get rid of it. Yeah,
Uh,
it's
so
a
on my
struggle.
computer, I'll just go and right click on it and hit mark as read. So,
Nice. That's quick. That's a good.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I stay in there because I don't want, I told these people I
it's
would,
easier.
join and whatever. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, a lot of people are using, like, I think Grimnir and a couple other, a
MilSim
bunch
West
of them.
actually has a pretty big Discord going.
Yeah. I don't think I'm part of that one yet.
They don't really do too many announcements in it, but they do
No,
have
you
a
know what's
pretty big
weird?
Discord.
The the bigger MilSim companies, they use Facebook, which
Yeah, they do.
I understand why. I understand
Hmm.
why. It's got a lot of people. It's easy to get in touch with people on there.
Yep.
Um, and they have a lot of different features that Instagram doesn't have or whatever. So like events, um, you can have all these different pages or whatever you can do, and the photo album thing for a
Right.
specific event, thing, whatever. It's very convenient that way. I haven't used Facebook in a few years. It got really convoluted and really hard to scroll through like a
Yeah,
couple years ago when they changed their thing.
they change it around a lot.
I don't like their format, bro. It's very difficult. I thought it would get more user friendly, but it's confusing to me. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I still
uh,
post my flyers up on it, but I'm
yeah,
not very active on Facebook.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you heard of the speaking of social media apps and stuff, have you heard of the Snapsoft? It's a
I've not.
so it's not out yet. Um, it is Airsoft Minty or Minty Airsoft, I think, is a guy I had on the podcast a few weeks ago. He's actually building a social media app for mobile
Oh, wow.
to specifically for airsoft and
Right.
airsofters because all these people are getting
Band or whatever.
yes, right. So anyway, yeah, he's in the process of building that. He said it'll be done by May, and
Cool.
yeah, he's doing tests right now. And but he's going to add a lot of features in there like that where people can host or not host, but these different events or a lot of
It's
information
easily
on there.
promoted. Right.
Right. Yeah,
That's cool.
exactly. Yeah, it might be a cool option in the future for you guys that are hosting events.
Oh, yeah. Make it easy to just post it in one place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Hell
like
yeah,
that.
dude.
Cool.
Well,
Hell
man,
yeah.
I'm looking forward to your future events. When's your next one? Do you have a next one planned already?
It's not finalized, but July 7th and 8th, we're thinking about it. I want to try to have one far enough out that all the mainline guys can plan a vacation with their family and then come BB Wars on the weekends.
Nice.
Because there's already a couple that did that, so trying to get more guys to
Okay.
come down, and then just give all the Hawaii guys enough time to actually get stuff that they want, and all the stuff that didn't work out, change it all out, and be squared away for the next one.
Yeah, that's cool.
But hopefully we have a day game this coming Saturday.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, is that every weekend?
Every other weekend.
Games? Every other weekend. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotta let those horses run on the off weekends.
Yeah. I got to give myself a break too. It's crazy working nights and then going in airsoft all day. It's a lot.
Shit, right?
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Okay. Yeah, that's. Do you work 6 days a week? 5 days?
Whatever my company needs. They just change. I'm a service guy, so I'll go to other islands. Like I was supposed to go to Maui or the Big Island tomorrow, and then I was supposed to go to another job that's on Oahu tomorrow, and now I'm going to a job tonight. So it's just whatever they need me to do.
Damn, bro. Okay.
Yep.
I hear you. Awesome.
Yep.
Working it.
Yep. It's a good skill.
Yeah, dude. Well, bro, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate what you're doing out there in Hawaii, breaking new ground for 24-hour continuous MilSims in Hawaii, offering that kind of thing for people that have never experienced that kind of thing. Yeah, that's good, man. I appreciate what you're doing.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, dude.
We're gonna continue what we're doing.
Awesome. Well, it's been great meeting you and talking with you. Where can everyone meet up with you or find you online?
MilSim Hawaii on all social medias, Instagram and Facebook. And then our link tree is in our bio, or my bio. That'll take you to our Discord. I think our photo album's in there of all previous events.
Okay.
There's a few other things in there. Facebook's linked in there, all the other social medias that we have. The tax op, please read the tax ops if you attend our events. It helps out a lot. There's a lot of easy questions that can be answered already if you just take 20 minutes out of your day and read the rules.
They won't. They're going to ask you when they get there.
I know. You should see my DMs. It's crazy. Oh, man.
It's funny.
It's all right. It's to be expected.
All right.
But if you want to follow my personal account, it's just MSH Bailey, Bailey. That's my personal account.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool, man. It was great meeting you, bro.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, I really appreciate it being on here. It's awesome. You do a really
we'll do another one.
job.
In the in the summer or whatever, after another event or when you have a bunch of other stuff going on, we'll link up again. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Awesome.
All right, brother. You have a good night.
Thank you so much. You as well. Have a good night.